On my short cycle, I've decided to record all of the issues which I face. If these issues are resolved, it would make cycling better for everyone. It would enable and encourage it. The first issue I face are the pedestrian chicanes at the bottom of Morton Avenue. These need to be removed, as do all of them in Wellingborough. The pedestrian chicanes are incredibly antisocial and difficult for some to pass. I have to negotiate my way around there, which I can do on my small bicycle. However, if someone has a wider bicycle or a longer one, or if they are in a wheelchair or mobility scooter, it proves more difficult and sometimes impossible. These can be replaced by one bollard. Also, the lines need to be repainted. Coming up the pathway towards Northampton Road is slightly annoying because of all the greenery that's grown from the boundary line. This needs to be cut right back to allow people to pass with the greatest distance and to socially distance. I passed a cyclist in just a few moments' time, and although we didn't crash into one another, it would have been nice to allow even more distance between us. She had a small child on the back of her bicycle, and it would have just been nice to give her that bit more room. However, I went quite far to the left, nearly to the stinging nettles and thorns, and also nearly went down the hole that's here. The council are currently denying responsibility for maintaining this pathway. We're now coming up to the Toucan crossing. This was changed a couple of years ago with a cost of £75,000. It was a upgrade from the Pelican crossing that was there before. However, it was not. The Pelican crossing, you press the big button and it changed instantly. Now you press the big button and have to wait for all of the cars to stop coming along for it to then change to red. What? Just change straight away. Also, there are problems with the crossing itself. Once you get on to the middle, it's so small. It's not big enough for one person to stand there. Imagine if it's a family walking or people on bicycles. Where will they go if they sit in the middle? There's no space. The junction on the left-hand side, entering or exiting Sainsbury's, needs to be massively changed. It's so wide for cars to either race around the corner up from Wilby to enter, or to go up Northampton Road. This can be changed to allow a wider pavement in the middle and more space for pedestrians and cyclists. We're now going along Northampton Road, and it's an incredibly wide road. This could be redesigned to allow a segregated and dedicated cycle lane on either side of the road. It would enable and encourage cycling. We're coming up to the traffic lights now, and where's the advanced stop line or space to enter this? It's just not there. The crossing itself has potholes over it, which I've reported and haven't yet been fixed. We're now going along the rest of Northampton Road, and it's incredibly bumpy. Where there's been utility works over the years, it's not very nice. Okay, we've just passed Weaver's Road on our left, and now if we follow the guidance, it says we should be in the mandatory cycle lane to the left. This leads us to a very tiny piece of infrastructure. It's very thin and has leaves and debris in it. I have come a cropper there and fallen right off my bike, grazed myself and ripped all my clothes. If you are taking the first exit, it kind of works, although it is really dangerous. It puts the cyclists in front of the rest of the traffic that should be waiting for them in a roundabout, and it makes it more difficult to see if they are also turning left. If they are turning left, it puts the cyclist and the driver into direct conflict. If the cyclist is taking the second exit, it definitely puts them in direct conflict. They're crossing each other's path if the driver is taking the first exit, and if the cyclist is coming back on themselves taking the third exit, it is awful. Continuing along now Northampton Road, just look at the state of the road here, awful. And now there are painted dashed white lines which advise you to go into the door zone area. I don't usually do this, but for the sake of this video I went to and then realised it was just too awful. If someone swung open their door, they would knock me into the road. It would hurt me the door hitting me, and also it could injure or kill me if a car hit me because I've suddenly manoeuvred into their path. Okay, I've now got the Chinese and am returning home. Again, the dotted white lines advise me to go there, but the door zone, it leads me into the door zone. Also, the massive angling water van is obstructing the cycle lane, as you can see there, and I go right out because of that, and I get honked, I believe, although I can't verify they were honking me, but I hear an aggressive honk, and then a car speeds past, so I assume it was. I now enter the mandatory cycle lane, and look how bumpy it is. Oh god. And I come up now to the mini roundabout. It's the same situation as it was before. This time I'm taking the first exit, so I do go into the infrastructure, and this is the only cycle infrastructure on road in Wellingborough, I believe, and it's incredibly thin. The surface condition is poor. And then it leads me to follow this dashed cycle path. So I did stay in here. I don't usually stay in here because of this situation that happens now. So a car ahead is waiting to turn, that's correct. And a car behind me overtakes. Look how close it is! Because I was in the gutter. Because I was... why are those lines there advising people to do that? They should be taking the primary position. And it's the same situation going along Northampton Road as was coming here. It's wide enough, it could be completely redone. Thank you for watching.